I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love. I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love.
Hello, friends. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Mal Spain, and we're your fuck buddies.
We are a sex and dating advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations and turn them into sexy, sticky situations.
Simply put, we find questions either roaming the wilds of the internet or roaming the wilds of your brains that you send to us, not the brains, the questions, and we answer them right here, right now in your podcast every Monday.
Wait, what am I supposed to do with this bag of brains?
Oh, that was a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was meant for our holiday episode, our Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving.
We're getting near to the holidays.
What's the spooky
Halloween?
one? That's the one.
Damn. I'm killing it off the mark right now.
A lot of people who are American probably are like, what is it? But it's like they're both in October for us. So
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
that's what you get.
Well,
Fuck off.
This week, we're going to talk about situationship penis fracture.
An always present mom.
Partner fantasize about fucking my dad.
Stripping problems.
Hell yeah. Anything you want to say before we delve in?
I don't think so.
It's getting to that time.
Is the time our societal collapse or Christmas?
No, that's been coming for a while. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or whatever holiday you celebrate at this time.
Yeah, there's a shit ton.
There is a shit ton.
Just
It's nice that we can bundle them all together. Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.
Let's do this.
Okay.
This is by B__ hopefully it means boob with a dash in the middle. I don't fucking know. My situationship told me he got a penis fracture taking a shower. We've known each other for more than a month at this point. He asked for exclusivity a few days ago. We have a date tomorrow, and I was told we can't have sex tomorrow because he had a penis fracture while taking a shower. He explained that he was washing his penis, but it got tangled up somehow. But I know that penis fracture often occurs when a girl goes on top during sex, so I'm suspicious and doubtful. What should I do? Should I ask tomorrow if he had a sex with others or just end this talking stage? Because I already kind of lose trust. We have had sex several times, BTW.
Okay, so it's a friends with benefit that he's recently asked
For exclusivity, and then immediately tangled his dick up in the shower and broke it.
I think so. Like I want to believe in things again. It just anything.
I don't think this is the question to start.
There's other ways. Like, if he hurt his dick, he could just bail and be like, sorry, something came up. It's a way easier way to make up a reason why I got called into work. My mom is sick. Anything.
I've got COVID.
Yes. Like, I don't feel well. I've got food poisoning.
I got to record so many episodes with Dane.
Yeah. Like, there's so many ways to bail on a date than saying, I fractured my penis in the shower. Right?
Sure.
Like,
No,
that seems like a crazy... Like, you've skipped all of the obvious ways to get out of this date and went for the craziest one if it's a lie.
Now, explain to me this. How do you do it?
I don't know, but I hurt my neck getting out of the shower the other day, and I didn't do anything. I literally
you're old. That's different.
How old is this guy?
I don't know if it matters because, one,
the only thing that's got
I've
more
had so many showers
in my life is my dick.
Yeah, I know.
It's
like,
rugged now.
But one, how? Just how? Simply how? Two, if I don't know if there's ever been a series or a dick breakage where it's gotten tangled up.
I mean, maybe he has one of those loofahs that has one of those strings on it, right? So he's given himself a thorough scrubbing on the inner
got
thigh.
Caught in the hose, and then he tried to move, and he's like, "Oh no! I stepped out of the shower. It's still in the hose." And he slipped. That's the thing. It's like you would be like, "Hey, I slipped," or like I closed the shower door on it, or something with impact. It wouldn't be. It got tangled up, unless it's so long.
But again, think of this. You've got the loofah, you got the little scrubby boy, and it's got the little thing that you hang it on.
Sure.
So he's giving himself a thorough scrubbing. Maybe he's vibing out. Maybe he's got some soap in his eyes so he can't see. And as he's going, it's like, oh, one loop around, and now he's switched sides, and now he's looped it twice.
So like
around.
This is Final Destination,
Yes.
but with dick fracturing.
This man narrowly escaped dick death 4 years ago, and now
you should see when he's driving down the highway and all the toothpicks are flying off the back of a van. He's like, no,
my dick. I feel like this.
I don't buy it.
Look,
Maybe he's a dumb person. Which I think either way, if he's lying or not lying, I don't mean to cast shade to your broken dick, but I feel like there's no way this happens unless you're not kind of dumb.
Or maybe he just like fucking jerked it too hard and hurt himself. and is
So maybe he did something embarrassing that wasn't cheating, and that's the lie.
yeah.
And he just doesn't want to be like,
It's like the shades of white here
Yeah.
of being like, I did hurt my dick. I'm just not going to be honest about how I did it.
Yeah. I think, like, for my sake, your sake, and by your sake, I mean yours and also the question askers, get them to draw a diagram of exactly what happened and send it to us.
Yeah, I do need to know.
Like, I need to know, you need to know, the people need to know.
yeah.
And
Because I've had situations where before I switched over to more secure briefs, I was wearing like loose, like, boxers. And I was also running quite a bit. I gave myself a pretty severe like dick chafe.
yeah, but that's so not on the realm of a dick fracture.
But do you not think that if
You were erect and ran into a tree.
No, what I'm saying is I had sexual like things
But, like-
lined up, and I said I had to be like, hey, this is really embarrassing for me, but I chafed the shit out of my dick going for my like 6-hour runs when I was an insomniac and unemployed, and that's all I had to do.
Like,
I'm sure some people were like,
would there be a realm of like, that could be a lie? Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. Would there be this same kind of, but how? No, like, I wouldn't need a diagram. I would
Yeah.
just be like, do I trust him or not? Because that's
Yeah.
a reasonable thing,
yeah,
you know?
I don't know.
I even your description involves a deity coming to punish him for a transgression of his penis 4 years ago.
But I also think about like how often. No, I don't know where I'm going with that.
Like,
I was thinking about how many times I've gotten caught on like door handles.
yeah, but again, like, I've scooted out and smacked it off stuff, and it's like, but it's not going to break.
Like, does he mean when he says it got tangled up? Does he mean like he was getting out of the shower with a towel and fell?
Nobody knows.
Like that, I would understand.
Did
It's
he
like,
trip over his own dick? Did he fall? Like, it tangled on him and then he fell on it? Like,
Yeah.
is his dick like 20 foot long? Is it like a Pathfinder rope that you might give a level 1 character?
This is.
I cannot believe that this has happened in a way. 1, to do with getting it tangled. And 2, like, if he was just like, I was jerking it and I slipped in the shower.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, I don't understand.
I need.
and I've talked about this a lot, I feel like recently, of being like, I don't understand
How there's no follow-up questions?
how you don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like if my partner said, oh, hey, we can't have sex, I broke my vulva. I wouldn't be like,
All right.
I wouldn't be.
You're like, I don't believe you in secret.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh, okay. And then run to Reddit and be like, is she cheating?
Yeah.
Is this person you've never met before cheating on me? Another person you also never met before?
Now, the thing is, a lot of women have no idea how dicks work, though, really. Like, sometimes I'm talking to someone and you're just like, oh, okay, you've had sex, and, or even people you've had sex with who are good at it, and yet there's like basic things are lacking. Maybe they don't realize how impossible this is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But she seems immediately
Yeah,
doesn't believe
that's fair.
it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Also,
like, if someone said that to me, anyway, if you had-
Diagram.
if any of like our friends were like, hey guys, like, real embarrassing, I did fracture my dick in the shower, I don't think there would be a single one of us.
No.
There would be a how flood.
There'd be a fucking tribunal because 1, how? 2, ha ha ha. 3, I need to know so it doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
Because I shower all the time.
Yeah.
And I can't.
It's
That's the anti-gift for Christmas, is me, oof,
yeah.
my dick hurts.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
But I just don't understand why people like have these problems where 90% of them could be solved by asking one very simple, like the
How
questions you learn in school
Yeah.
of like the who, what, where,
Actually,
when,
no.
why.
Who, what, where, when, why? Hit them with all. I
Yeah.
need to know.
It's like just asking a very simple one word question could usually
Who?
solve.
Me, where? The shower. When? 4 days ago. Why?
It's just like ask questions, and if you don't believe someone, then like
Then
maybe
that's-
maybe pry a little harder, like be a little more firm in the information gathering phase, and then if you feel like the answers they're giving you are so fucking shady
Yeah.
that you're not sure,
Then
that's
it's
a pretty-
either, hey, I honestly find that really hard to believe, and you question further, or you go, you know what? I don't trust you. Bye.
yeah.
It's not this half in, half out where Reddit's going to solve it for you. Because,
Yeah.
like, you've seen the questions on there, the answers that they get. People are fucked on that site.
Yeah. And again, you're asking like for a moral judgment based on someone we've never met.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, if he's the fucking shadiest, weirdest person, odds are.
yeah.
If he's the nicest, coolest person, like, I don't know. I would love to know, have you had sex since becoming exclusive?
Well, have they become exclusive?
He asked.
He asked, but she didn't say she agreed.
I assume-
Which I think is I think that's the question is like, Do
I
I
assume.
Okay, see, I thought it was like he asked, I haven't answered, and I think that he's like,
Or maybe not, because she says, should I end this talking stage? Because I
Yeah.
already lose trust.
yeah.
Weird. Why didn't you say yes already? Which
Yeah.
is fine. Like, if you don't want to, that's cool. But it's interesting to me that it's raised, but there's no.
And if you haven't said yes, then it doesn't really matter if he gets his dick broke,
Oh, true. Yeah. If he had sex with somebody else, what are you upset? Oh, pulling this case wide open.
right? So like that's the other thing.
That's a great point. I was so distracted by the dick fracture, I didn't even read half of the rest of the question.
Yeah, like if he asked, if he was like, "Hey, do you want to be exclusive?" and you were like, "Oh, give me time to think about it," which is a fair answer. You are not exclusive.
Yeah.
And
Or if you said no, you're still also not exclusive.
and he shouldn't have to like wait in limbo
Mhm.
until you give an answer.
Now,
Because you're not exclusive until you're exclusive.
do we think it's a bad thing if he did have sex with someone and break his thing? Do you think the white lie of it happening in the shower is okay?
I think in those situations, I think the less detail, the better, right?
Yeah, I don't think, again, if you're pretending you're not sleeping with people,
Yes.
that's bad. If you're exclusive and everybody knows it and you're sleeping with someone and that happens, I don't think you're gaining anything by telling someone how it happened, because it's not like it's transferable.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to catch something. You're not in danger. So I don't think you need to be like, oh, I was having sex with somebody else, the thing I'm allowed to do that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So
Yes.
maybe that's it. This has changed everything for me. I still need that diagram, but
Yeah, we are going to need the mathematical formula on how you broke your dick in the shower.
if someone could do like an animatic of it for me, because that's
Like
my
one of the
preferred way.
Mythbusters.
Yeah, actually, like a diagram. I was
Yeah.
thinking more like one of the ones like they do of My Brother and Me, like Gio de
Oh.
Bio. Could Gio de Bio
I
figure this
also-
out for me?
In the have you ever seen the absolutely unhinged? I think it's like Japanese news things where they do like 3D animation recreations of.
But they're like the derpy like 3D like figure
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I would take that. I'll take
I'd also
anything.
take one of those. Yeah, where you're just using like public domain 3D assets to make the most insane recreations. This is from. Now, this question, I was telling Niall before we started recording, where the question itself, we'll talk about it, but there's things in this question that like,
Did you get his dick tangled in the shower and break it somehow?
no, I want like, and we have a pad of paper and I might make you try to figure this out.
Okay.
How can I masturbate if my mom is always there? Mom doesn't know how to knock. She only does after she's barged in. If I lock the door, she goes to open the window since we have a big window connecting both rooms. My room. Oh, hey, are you ready for this? My room is a repurposed balcony. If I manage to block the window, she opens the other door, the door that connected to the room to the previous balcony. And I definitely.
Which
Hey, already
Okay. Yeah, already there's there's two doors in the window on this balcony turned room.
that connects to another balcony?
Yeah, I think they're saying that it connected to this balcony. Or maybe not. Maybe it's part of a balcony and then there's a door leading out to the rest of the balcony.
The window and other doors stayed to save money while they were repurposing the balcony into my room.
Okay, sure.
Not okay, but all right. We only have one bathroom at home, and every single time I use it, be it for peeing, taking a dump, showering, she always needs to use it conveniently or casually. She always needs to use it or conveniently and casually. My bathroom time coincides with her needing to smoke a cigarette or two or three, depending on how much time I'm spending in the bathroom.
Where's she smoking the cigarettes?
She always smokes just outside the door.
Why?
Or behind the elevated bathroom window.
Okay.
This house sounds like it was made by a child in The Sims.
I could understand an elevated bathroom window you could stand outside if it was on the first floor, but why would there be a balcony on the first floor?
And also, like, is she
Tall? How tall is your mom?
If she's by the door, she's inside.
Yeah.
If she's by the window, is she outside?
Presumably, but also if she's outside.
But, hey, we don't know because there's a window
Yeah.
in between.
From the window to the wall, he wants his sweat to drip down his balls.
But
she
won't let him.
smoke, motherfucker.
Yeah. The point is that she's making me aware that she's always there.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter if she needs the bathroom or not. Do it at night? Ha! There was this time I was so desperate I stayed awake till 3 a.m. Well, she heard the bathroom door and, like always, tries to open it by force but can't because thankfully there's a lock. Gasp. Sorry, I didn't know it was occupied. I'll wait. Starts to smoke till you go away. Then she goes to her room again without using the bathroom.
Okay, one, your mom sucks. Two, like, she's outside. Just jerk it. Who cares?
Do it in my room at night? Oh, hey, we'll get there. Do it in my room at night then? Tried. I can't out of anxiety thanks to the giant window and other door. And anxiety is of leaving a smell.
Smell.
Hey, man, I don't... I also don't. I assume this is a man. There's no.
Yeah, he's giving man
There's
vibes.
man vibes, but again, I'm not sure. She doesn't really mean bad, but she literally, and I really, really mean it, doesn't understand boundaries, like mentally, physically, other alleys. She doesn't understand it. My brother and I confronted her about it, and it's like talking to a toddler in the sense that she can't grasp the concept. It's like she's missing the part of her brain that helps you understand boundaries. I know it probably doesn't exist, but bear with me. Masturbate freely and let her catch you? Boy, I did it twice. She closed the door, went away all embarrassed, and came back, without knocking, of course, to talk about something else. I confronted her and she still doesn't understand. I ended up even more embarrassed. The second time I did it on purpose, confronted her again, and she just laughed it off. Then she got mad because I was mad, but didn't understand why I was mad. I don't know what to do.
Damn, that was going to be my joke advice. You just fucking dead eye her and be like, is this what you wanted? I would love to know how this conversation went.
I can't get over the fucking geography of this house.
No, this house is a Delta Green-esque like nightmare labyrinth.
Yeah. This is
that's
H.P.
the thing.
Lovecraft's fucking.
That's why she's always there, is because there's two options. One, she is the monster in the labyrinth. The smoke is emitting from her, and that's why she's 7 foot tall and can look in the elevated bathroom door,
Yes.
right? Two, she's worried she'll lose you. If you go and she's not there, she's your breadcrumb. You're not going to make it back. She's like, well, fuck, another son gone.
Or there's like 19 of her.
Yes.
She's infinitely responding.
You're just really dumb. And like every room you go into, you're like, Mom, again? But it's like, you didn't see her come in after you. She's on the other side of the room.
Mom Prime is just a large slug. She's melted into the wall of this house and is slowly warping it into her twisted manifestation of pain and surveillance.
So I will say, like, why do you care about the smell? For two reasons. One, give it a wash, bud.
Yeah, I don't know if he means, like, I don't know if he's worried. My guess is that they're young, right? Like, I hope that's my guess. And I'm worried that, like, sort of just, like, they think that once you come, the smell of cum will just, like, permeate because he hasn't masturbated a whole lot.
You're good. Like, unless you do it a whole bunch and, like, leave stuff lying around, even, like, you'll be fine.
This is the thing. It's like, there's definitely, like, I know moms of teenage boys, and some of them are, like, they know that they have discovered porn on the internet or whatever because like the doors are closed and it's just like there's
Kleenexes crusty things everywhere. So it's like,
and it's like when you lock it in and you're just making a fucking container of cum.
Yeah, like things will get weird, but like presumably that's not what you want to do. So like jerk it into a tissue and then go to the bathroom and put it in the toilet. And it's like if she comes out, she's not searching you, so you're good.
Hopefully.
But also, why do you care if she knows you're doing it by the smell? Because I thought this was going to be like, oh, I live with this mom who won't let me. She doesn't give a shit. She's walking in and like, hee. Like, she doesn't care if you jerk it. So if it smells, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's
you're
a good point.
Good. Like, the only saving grace is that your mom does not give a single fuck that you're jerking it. Maybe too little of a fuck, but like, you're good.
Yeah.
If she catches you, you're not in trouble. It just kind of sucks for you. So like, even if you're jerking it under the blanket and she does decide to like rip open the window in some horror movie fashion, just be like, I'm having a wank, Mom. Like, I feel like if she's this obtuse, you just gotta be like direct. Also, it doesn't matter like if she's incapable of like her own like self-regulation when it comes to these things. Fuck being like, hey mom, please knock, and go with, hey mom, I'm a grown-ass adult. I need my privacy. I know you don't understand that, but I do. So I want to have something. You can just get a board to cover up the window if that's, you know, or get step one.
Get like a curtain rod on your side so you can put a curtain.
Exactly.
But I mean, if the window opens like a normal window, they could still just push the curtain.
Then get a board. You know what I mean? Like
then she's going to be fucking smashing through wood, which is even
and
scarier.
If she is, then you can really have the conversation. But if you're like, hey mom, I want to lock on my door and I want a thing. And if she's like, why do you need that? You'd be like, you literally refuse to knock and refuse to respect my privacy. I'm a teen.
But it sounds like they've had this conversation.
But I want to know whether they were like, Mom, can you please knock? And not, I need a lock. Because that empowers you. So it doesn't matter if she wants to be a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Whereas if you're just trying to get her to do her thing and she's like, mom oblivious, like, ooh, what are you talking about when you're having the most basic conversation any human would understand?
Yeah.
Which just seems to be a superpower of moms. She knows. She's just being a fucking lunatic. So I think if you haven't done that, you should do it. If you have done it, revisit it and try to get questions. Like if she won't let you, be like, why? And if she's like, well, you don't need it, be like, I do. Look at you. Look at what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like also get the fuck out of there. Like, this isn't healthy.
Again, depending on old, like this person might be like fucking 14 or 13. It's like,
Yeah, but like, get your shit together so you can leave at 18. You know what I mean? Like, apply to a university where you're going to be staying away. Like, save up money so you can get a thing. Like, you
And
need
also-
to do this because this is so not good.
is dad anywhere? Like, who's working? Like, surely at some point in time, mom has to go make money, right? Unless dad is making money.
And if dad
doesn't give a shit.
Then talk to dad
Then
about
talk to dad,
Yeah.
because dad will understand.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just don't understand. Like, it does sound like mom is an ever-present threat no matter what. And I'm
Is,
like,
like,
who's what's happening here?
Have you made like a line of salt outside her door? Is she a ghost?
Yeah.
Right? Like, she seems kind of like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like some kind of monster. Is she a ghost of Christmas past? Did you escape dick death 4 years ago?
Now, see, I'm worried that just brute forcing it and being like, I don't care, I'm just going to jerk off, and mom walks in. I'm worried that's going to have
Like ramifications. Yeah. No, that's
repercussions down the line of being like, I don't have a healthy masturbation.
yeah, because
or
every
view
time
of,
I'm
like-
about to come, I see my mom bust through the window.
Yeah, I'm worried that
You've Pavloved yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like I'm kind of worried that like you're going to generate sort of like a
Hey, he's-
correlation between anxiety and fear and pleasure.
He's there.
Yeah,
He's already having a bad time. So I think like, yes, you had the conversation, but like if she's unwilling to change things on her side, you need to reinforce things on your side. And that, you know, if she's fully unwilling, hopefully she will at least give you the means to enforce your own privacy. And if she won't, I don't know, man, you got to talk to her, a family member, a therapist, or get the fuck out of there because it's not healthy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if she's trying to bust in every time you go to the bathroom, like that's not
That's the
cool.
thing. Is like there are other things. Like it's not just the masturbation that seems to like.
Yeah.
It's any level of privacy. It's any moment of like you alone by
Solitude,
yourself.
peace,
It's-
privacy. Like people need that.
Like if I had to worry about every time I went to the bathroom, someone about to just fucking barge in, that would suck. Like
I would lose my shit. I
Yeah.
would lose my shit. I'm not a calm man in certain circumstances, and this would be one of them.
yeah.
But like, I just can't imagine a conversation where you're like, okay, like this isn't a okay. This is a hey, this needs to happen. And
Yeah.
like, luckily, it seems like she's not like outwardly aggressive and abusive about it. She just seems to be taking the tee route, which
Yeah.
is frustrating, but like. At least hopefully that means you can put your foot down and try to without, you know, things going completely south. I hope.
Yeah.
But I think you need to have a conversation that is very, 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 very like strict and focused
yeah.
and firm. Maybe write it down and give her a list. Like if that's the thing, if you get lost in like her being like, what are you talking about? Like have a list and be like, if you need a minute, you can fucking go read it. But ask her for things you can enforce by yourself, such as the board, the locks. You know?
Yeah, and call it out as it happens. Be like, Mom, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom and immediately now you're knocking on the door. I went to the bathroom and now you're smoking outside. I don't understand why you're doing that. And I think I'm sure there is online resources
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of parents don't listen to their kids. A lot
Yes.
of parents think they know it.
Yeah. And
Everything-
you're just being silly and,
You're
dramatic.
being a teenager. You're
Yeah.
being hormonal. You're being, it's puberty. You've got blah, 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 blah. I'm sure there are resources on YouTube
Oh, for sure,
and
yeah.
whatever for talking, like as an adult, talking directly to a parent about the importance of privacy for teenagers, the importance of like giving them their own space, all those sort of things. So if they're not going to listen to you, maybe they will listen to another person and be like,
Yes.
let's sit down and watch this because I think it's really important that you hear it. And as Niall said, to Niall's point, like I think you do start like calling it out as it happens. Be like, Mom, you're being rude. This
Yeah.
is rude. What you're doing right now is rude.
Yeah, and I think trying to stay as calm as possible, like don't get angry,
Yeah,
you know, which obviously easier fucking said than done, but
especially
like
as a teenager who's
Yeah.
so horny.
yeah, but just being like, hey, like this isn't an unreasonable thing I'm asking for.
No.
These are the things you're doing. Keep a list, call it out. Like it might be a battle of attrition, but you know, you need to enforce your own like boundaries. And
Yeah.
this will be a thing you'll need to do in relationships and with friends
And
and,
maybe
with
do the thing you
colleagues.
do with like kids and be like, when she barges in, be like, Mom, I want you to knock. Knock, knock, knock. I did. And it's like, no, go back out,
Yeah.
close the door and knock, please.
Yeah.
And if they don't, be like, then I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't talk to you. Like, if you want me to respect you, you have to respect me. And until you go back out and close the door and knock and wait for me to tell you can
Mhm.
come in, we're not going to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And
that's fair.
be like a mature, responsible, logical adult.
Yeah.
And if they get mad at you, be like, you can't expect me to listen to you if you're not willing to give me any
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
If you want to be disrespectful, we can play that game.
Yeah.
and I'm a fucking teenager.
For real,
like disrespect is in my blood
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
my
My body
fucking
is
bread and
producing
butter.
it
Yeah.
like in so
I spend
much.
every hour of every day forcing the disrespect down because you seem like a nice enough kid.
Yeah.
I hope you're not 40.
I mean, this changes drastically if you are
If you're
over the age
18
of,
or
like,
over,
18,
get
yeah.
the fuck out of there as soon as you can. If
Yeah.
you can't, work on getting it out. You know what I mean? And this also changes if your mom does decide to start abusing you in a different way now.
Yeah.
Where like, oh, fine, you don't get pocket money, or you're not allowed outside, or I'm trashing your
I'm taking all
electronics,
your
or
doors
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it does escalate, or if you know your mom better than we do, which I hope you do, and you know this isn't a safe route, then you should focus on getting out or getting external help.
Yeah, putting the head down and just
Getting
going.
an aunt or uncle or the school or something, because this is not healthy.
Yeah. And worst case,
jerking it or not, none of this is healthy.
just jerk off in public. It's fine.
get a car and steal some of her clothes and jerk off on it like the guy from last week.
Yeah.
This is by Snoo Songs 401. Girlfriend, 21-year-old female, fantasizing about sleeping with my father, 60-year-old male, has a meltdown when I confront her. My girlfriend and I, he's a 26-year-old male, been together for 2.5 years. We've been in a long-distance relationship the entire time. I recently returned home 2 months ago after studying abroad, before which I would visit her once a year. We are a kinky couple. Sex is a big part of our relationship, but we are strictly monogamous. Recently, after meeting my father, she started commenting on his look, saying she liked his dad bod. She also mentioned finding my own weight gain attractive, comparing it to my dad's appearance. At one point, she even wanted to buy a cap for him, saying it would look hot on him. Found these comments a bit weird. I tried not to think about them too much or pay them attention. However, things got really weird during our recent sexting session. She told me she wanted to say outrageous things to me during sex. When I asked her what she had in mind, she said she wanted to sleep with my dad. She was fingering herself as she said this. In the moment, I didn't say much, but the more I thought about it afterwards, the more uncomfortable and weird it made me. Next day, I brought it up during a call, explaining her comment wasn't kinky, but rather uncomfortable. At first, she brushed it off as a joke and nothing serious. I told her she couldn't make comments like that and then just dismiss them. She became defensive, accused me of overthinking and blaming me for the situation. Later, she went as far as to blame my dad for being shirtless around the house and making it his fault, which he typically is, although he doesn't really talk to her unless absolutely necessary. Comment made me angry, and I hung up. Later, she texted me, saying I'm accusing her for all this, and then blocked me everywhere.
Okay, this sounds like a classic case of someone realized they crossed the line and wasn't mature enough to admit it.
I don't think so. I think it's a classic case of your dad's too hot, and he's walking around shirtless.
Also, you guys don't live together. Like, your dad doesn't live with you. Like,
Does he just walk into the screen of your balcony room? Like,
Yeah.
Does he not knock? He's busting through the window.
like, how often is she seeing your dad?
Yeah, it doesn't really add up.
I
But,
assume he lives at home, and when she goes to see him, like, that's the only thing that makes sense, is that, like, he's still living at home. Which, I mean, like, leave your dad out of this. It's not his fault. Man's just fucking vibing, looking good in his fucking shirtless life.
yeah, it's very slut-shamey to be like, oh, he had his top off. It's his fault that I'm being a lunatic. No.
Yeah, I mean, like, would she be cool with her, like, the dad, if she wasn't attracted to the dad, if the dad was saying gross things to her, and the rationale being like, yeah, but look at the shirt she was wearing. Look at the pants she was wearing.
We all know that's not okay.
Yeah. So like, him asking for it because he's an old man without a shirt,
That's not the take, girl.
fuck off. But yeah, I mean, it's like, we see this happen all the time. And like, I've been with people who will claim to be, again, like, kinky or whatever. And then when they don't follow procedure, or when they don't, you know, when they overstep bounds or whatever, and I sort of like reel them back in, it's not like I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
there are times where,
defense,
yeah,
defensiveness, like try to turn it on somebody else or you or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's I think it's shame and embarrassment and like just the fear. It's like, well, I won't get into that, but people who cannot admit that they're wrong, so they dig deeper and deeper and deeper.
yeah. I feel like there is, and again, this is from a heterosexual life of only dating women, but I think there is a lot of women who aren't used to being called out,
Because
especially
men are
when
the ones that do the bad things, not women.
Yeah. And I think there is like an inherent shame that sort of like kicks in. As you said, it's like there's like a moment of like, oh shit, I did do something wrong, and like a panic and a fear, and it's way easier to like shift blame than accept that like you did the thing that you hate when people do to you.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, you know, not to say that men don't do that, because men definitely do this.
But it's expected from men. You know what
Yeah, I mean, that's the shitty thing is, and I feel like also like a lot of men own their like they're almost proud of how shitty they are, Whereas
yeah, for sure.
so it's just like, I don't know.
We've
I've
seen it
encountered
before,
this
like,
a lot with partners in the past.
like, I've seen this with women who like come up and like grab your dick at a bar or something, and when you're like, what the fuck? They like instantly are like, oh, you like fuck you, and like come back and attack you so hard, and it's like, if I did that, no one would disagree that it's a fucking crime.
Yeah.
But when you do it, all of a sudden, if I'm upset, there's something wrong with me. Okay.
I remember when we were at the Ossington and a woman did that and then tried to get us kicked out from the bouncer. We're just like, what the fuck?
You shouldn't have had a dick, should you have?
Yeah.
You just got all tangled up.
Yeah. It's a wild situation. And I think it stems from the idea, like this rooted toxic masculinity of like, men should be okay with everything if it's sexual.
Yes.
If it's sexually oriented, men should be okay with it because that's all we want.
Men want sex, they love sex.
Yeah.
And if they don't in any way, something's wrong.
It's their fault.
It's probably that they're, not as much of a man or, And I think it's pretty clear with them like scrambling for excuses. If you're, it's this, no, it's this. Oh, it's your dad's fault. He's so hot.
Also, again, like you can't call yourself kinky. And then when someone says, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, blame them and then block them.
Yes.
That to me, you're
not
not
kinky. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're just manipulative.
Yes.
At that point in time, like, right? Like, because I will say I've been in a bunch of kinky relationships and I've misstepped. You know what I mean? Like I've made mistakes, and when people tell me those things, I've never been like, hey, you're wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Right?
You know what I mean? It's like I'm always very apologetic.
Yeah.
Like it's heartbreaking to be in a relationship, regardless of what either sexual, romantic, whatever, and betray someone's trust, whether inherently or intentionally or whatever, right? Like
somebody being honest with you like that is a gift.
Yes.
And it's a gift that lets you be a better partner and a safer partner.
And
for
if
both
you were
of you.
kinky,
but
it's essential.
Yeah,
it is essential.
You
in
cannot
your
be
relationship.
kinky without like communication, because kink involves healthy communication. If you're not talking about safe words and like what people want and boundaries and comfort and blah 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 blah, you're not kinky. You're irresponsible and shit.
Yeah. Because this is no different, really, when it comes down to it, is if this guy was like, oh, I really want to fuck you in the ass, and then just did it, and then she was like, hey, I didn't like that. You didn't ask for my permission. You just did a thing. And then him being like, well, you said you were kinky. Why were you bent over then?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Blah, 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 like, you shouldn't be wearing a butt plug if you
for sure
don't want me to fuck you in the ass. And it's like, we could recognize that's shitty. There's no different than like someone being like, hey, I mean, there's a little bit of difference. One is
yes, but it's same ballpark.
Yes.
Either way, this person sucks.
Yeah.
I think
she
you
saved
should.
you.
I don't think you should date them anymore. I
Well,
don't know if
blocked,
it's
right? Yeah.
Some people unblock a day later and are like, did you learn your lesson? It's like that alone. One, you're probably out of the woods. But two, if she comes back, no.
I say
she's disregarded you. And also, let's be fair. It would be one thing if she like spanked your butt playfully and you were like, whoa, I don't like that. It's an acceptable enough thing to like kind of go, again, gray areas, but like, that I think is a common non-harmful, just, light butt tap, as opposed to jumping to like, let's do role play about your dad. Like that's a big enough leap that I think no one should.
Cucking?
Yes. Like that's a pretty out there one. So no, like just no level of like tact, consideration, sexual, emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Can't have an argument with you is weird. I'd just say it's a no from me.
Yeah, fuck this person. Because like, again, you have no guarantee that they're not going to try this again at some point in time. Like, is next time her shoving a finger in your ass, right? And then like you being like, hey, I don't want you to do that, and being like, well, then why do you have an asshole then?
Why do you? It's a great question.
If not for fingers.
What else does it do?
Why ass?
What else does it do?
Name one thing.
Name one thing.
Name one thing. Hit us in the comments with one thing assholes do.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. I bet you can't. We're now going to put clickbait in our...
Yeah.
Or what is it? Rage baiting? Whatever it is. We're just going to start saying things.
All the podcasts doing well are doing it.
I know.
It's like, honestly, I think if we sold out our morals, we'd be more popular.
100%.
Yeah, we really should.
This is from, it's Amy Riva.
Oh,
Feeling.
that bitch? See, I'm doing it. Does it work? I'm so sorry, Amy.
Oh, hey, let me tell you, I'm currently like spiraling, trying really hard not to be like, please don't masturbate in public. That was a joke.
Yeah, I do feel like we've gone too far. The people that listen, I think, are good enough to know when we're doing the jokes.
I know.
But I have that fear.
But like this whole time, like this whole last question, I was just like, I really probably should say don't masturbate in public. Feeling like my partner blames my work for our sex life problems. I, a 20-year-old female, have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, 26-year-old male, for about a year now. Our connection has been amazing up until recently, but recently our sex life has taken a big hit. He started blaming it on the fact that I'm a stripper. He knew this about me when we started dating, and it wasn't a problem at first, but now it seems like every time we talk about our intimacy issues, he brings up that I'm a stripper. He says it's hard for him to be attracted to me because other guys watch me dance and get dances from me. I feel like he's turning something that I'm proud of and passionate about into something negative, and it's really starting to affect me emotionally. I've tried talking to him about it, but it always has the same argument, and now our sex life is almost non-existent. When we do have sex, it feels forced and disconnected. Has anyone else been through this? How do I bring the spark back without feeling judged for what I do? It's so frustrating when someone you love can't seem to separate their insecurities from your career. Any advice on how to navigate this would be appreciated.
You gotta hit him with an old, hey, if this is an issue for you, then we should stop seeing each other. You knew this when we started. I don't know what changed, but you need to either get over it or get on your way, because I'm not quitting my career and I'm not ashamed of what I do. That's like, it's a him problem. It's not a you problem.
Yeah.
The you problem is you're dating an asshole.
Yeah. It would be one thing if he was like, oh, hey, okay, like at first I was cool with it, but now as I'm more submerged and immersed in this, I'm starting to get a little insecure. That's totally fair.
That's a chat you can have and work through.
Yeah. But him being like, I can't find you attractive because other men are looking at you.
Yeah.
Because, hey, let me tell you, my dude.
They're going to be looking anyway.
If she was a bartender or a cashier or a lawyer or a policewoman,
assassin.
a CEO assassin, like if she was any other job, people are going to look at her. Unless she is like...
She's a woman existing in the modern world. Sadly.
I don't even mean sexually.
Well, that too, but like also everybody getting looked at.
If she's attractive.
Now, what if she became a professional ninja?
I mean,
you can't look at what you can't see.
It's true, but I feel like at some point in time, you can't be a ninja all the time. You need downtime. We have right to disconnect laws here.
You know what? You're so right, man. I'm so glad ninjas are getting their time off these days.
That's what I'm saying. Like before, it was like they were always working. Now they can go to the grocery store and like. Not have to worry about stealing.
There's so much less smoke in my local Loblaws. The smoke bombs aren't going off 24/7. Your boyfriend sucks. I don't know why you would want to bring the spark back, but the only way forward is to have a very firm conversation and be like, yo, this is a you problem, and if you cannot get over it, we need to, you know, because like even if you quit your job, which it doesn't seem like you want to do, I don't trust that he wouldn't be like, well, you used to be.
Yeah,
you know
100%.
what I mean? I don't think that would even fix it. So, and also you shouldn't just quit your job for some rando.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you're correct. I think, and I also think that no matter what job you're in, there will be an insecurity, right?
Yeah, he just sounds like a fucking asshole.
Unless you're like sitting at a desk by yourself working from home, I imagine any...
Zoom calls? Who's calling you on Zoom?
It's true.
Who's calling you on Zoom? What's his name?
I frequently pretend to look at my partner works from home, and I'm always just like, who's that? Who are you emailing right now?
It's very serious, and we got to have a chat.
She's always like, it's a massive corporation. Like
massive?
Oh, so he's bigger than me? But like, I do this joke with my partner who does laugh and enjoys it. But like, 30 seconds into it, I'm like, I'm exhausted. Like
even doing it is
I cannot imagine like living life where if a random guy holds the door for her while we're going to a store, what? You have a fucking spiral.
Well, I hope there's no fucking barista smiling at her. That's all I can say.
Right? It's like the idea of that is so like it's just,
why would you exist?
It's so like what do you do? Like
just be a miserable shell person, I guess.
So now's correct. I think you really do. Like if this guy refuses to acknowledge that he has insecurities about your job, if he continues to put it on you and blame you and blame these other guys, then I think that is all the information you need to make an informed decision to be like, I am not the right person for you.
Yeah. Nor is he the right fucking person for you.
Yeah.
I feel like unless you really, really, really want to be with this guy, which I don't think you should be, you need that hardcore conversation, and you need to dip whenever he crosses that boundary.
Yeah.
Which he will, I'm sure. And then you'll have your answer. But if for some reason he's able to be like, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry, I was insecure, I'm being an asshole, and then gets his shit together and moves on, sure. But I think you should just dump him.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think like growth like this, I don't think happens when you're submerged in it, right? Like, I don't think you can necessarily grow and get over these insecurities while you're actively struggling and in them. I know there's exceptions and stuff like that. If he wants to go to therapy while you guys are dating and will actively be like a vocal participant, being like, hey, I recognize that I'm getting a little insecure, I'm getting a little jealous, I see that, I'm sorry, then, whatever. But I really do think that, like, he kind of needs a kick in the teeth to sort of shit out, and that kick in the teeth should be you leaving.
Or a real we can't. See, I should just have done that joke. This is by Buho Magico. Weak spots on men, guys. I have an issue.
Underbelly. That's where they're softest.
Guys, I have an issue here. I'm trying to find any weak spots on my BF, but no luck so far.
And the temple.
Can you give me some tips? I won't be weird though. Yeah, you can crit. Like, you'll get a critical if you hit,
Soft, tender underbelly.
Yeah.
Temples.
Yeah. Honestly, there's a line straight down the middle of your body. And it's just weak spots for days, right?
It's
Solar
true.
plexus, eyes, nose, mouth, chin, throat, fucking dick.
Yeah.
Get them in the shower, tangle it up. Boom.
You get a snowboard, just hit them straight down the middle.
Yeah. Now you are going to have to construct a snowboard tossing ballista kind of thing. And your aim...
I think you just hold it in front of you and run real fast at him.
Unicorn approach.
Yeah.
Hold on. Edit. I don't want to fight him. I mean, like, turn him on. Better believe every single comment was just like, eyes.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. Does he have like a glowing red spot that opens up after like he misses 3 attacks?
Yeah. When he like does his big move, do his vents open up to cool off, and then you can get a few grenades in there or something? Yeah. Can you climb him? Because usually
does he have sigils? Are there glowing sigils on him that you do have to get on top of, sort of like Shadow of the Colossus style?
Yeah, maybe like crystals around his feet that you have to ride around him on Torrent and chip them off so that he'll finally kneel down and let you into his library.
Yeah. It's the only way I can think of.
Yeah, held it.
Cool. Do we want to actually answer this? Because I think it's impossible to answer.
I think a good answer here, or you hit me.
Look, there it is. We haven't had that one in a while.
My weak spot. No.
If you want to find out what turns your partner on, you ask them,
or just explore in a cool way.
Yeah, or just sort of like, and why do you want this? Do you find that he's not receptive to the stuff that you're doing? Do you want to surprise him? Do you want, like, there's a bunch of stuff that, like, I feel like you kind of need the context and why you're trying to do.
Yes.
Is your sort of sex life kind of dwindling? Is it kind of fading?
That might not be because you haven't found his weak spots.
Yes. If you're just looking for, he's had a tough couple weeks and you want to surprise him, get some nice lingerie. Yeah. That's an easy thing.
The eyes, the weak spots. We told you.
If you walk out in a fucking banging new bodysuit or piece of lingerie or something, he's gonna be happy about that. But if your love life is suffering, I don't think a simple
it's not random, like, you got to kiss him on the neck 2 more times and it's fixed.
It's not going to solve it.
The work stress is gone. The money stress is gone. His ED cured. That's not it. I also will say people aren't monoliths. Men aren't just like 3 things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Women aren't just like, some people love getting their nipples kissed or played with, men or women. Some people fucking hate it, for example. Exactly. Don't touch them.
Don't fucking go anywhere near my nipples.
So I don't want to give you like ideas because you probably have an idea. And like anything that feels good on you, probably going to feel good on him, right? Kissing on the neck, the ear, the wrist, whatever. Like all these like little like soft spots, you're good.
The weak points.
But like to think that men are a monolith that like X, Y, and Z is incorrect.
Yeah.
So the best way forward is to talk to your partner.
Yes. And then like, again, if it's just like, if you just want to do one spicy thing, like you probably know what he's into.
Yeah.
And like, just extrapolate from there. Yeah. If he's like, if you wear like a red dress and he's like, oh, you look really good in red, buy some red lingerie.
Or fuck him in the dress.
Yeah.
Wear no underwear, pull it up, like surprise him, make it all about him. Go down, like there's so many easy ways to like spice something up by just kind of doing what you're doing slightly differently.
Yeah. If he loves your boobs, like if he's a big boob man, send him a sneaky little boob picture during the day. You know what I mean? Like you just do like
press him up on the windows of his balcony bedroom at night. But don't be his mom.
Just please don't be his mom.
Don't be his mom.
That's going to do it for this episode, friends. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We have one more before Christmas, right?
Who could tell? Is it
just,
Christmas Day that we're releasing? No,
it's the day before Christmas Eve. Whatever that
Christmas
is.
Eve.
Christmas Eve. Yeah, the 23rd. Okay, so we'll have one more.
Mhm.
I just want to say happy holidays.
Happy holidays, but more importantly,
Mhm.
send us those festive questions if
Yeah.
you got them, because we will answer them. If you're worried about something, that's your last chance.
The next time we record will be our Sexmas episode.
Yeah.
Also, if you want us to look into our year in review,
Mhm.
we do that as well.
Yeah.
And if there's a thing you want us to sort of like look back on
Mhm.
over the year,
Yeah.
please let us know.
Yeah.
If there's a category of porn that you want us to sort of like deep dive in as well, because
Yeah.
we do our Pornhub
Mhm.
like year in review as well.
Yeah. So let us know what you want us to look into. If you have any questions for us, always just send them in. If you want to join our Patreon and give us a little Christmas present, find out at fbuddiespodcast.com. If you want to give us another present, you can review us 5 stars.
Yeah.
If you want to review us 1 star, don't. Please.
Yeah, if you do, our podcast is called The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
But we love you. And we're going to do Tinder review. I don't know why I said that word like I was about to be murdered.
Yeah.
Tinder review. You ready?
Yeah.
It's a Hinge. I want someone who is ambitious, has good aim, hates the U.S. healthcare system.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We love a murdered CEO joke in this house.
Yeah.
That wasn't a joke. That was just me saying it.
This is going to be our bad sex writing, though. Thank you, Josh Eagle and Harvest Seeds, for the song Paper Stars. Now, this is under a picture of a certain famous Luigi currently. No lube, no protection, all night, all day, missionary, cowboy, reverse cowboy, doggy, backwards, sideways, on the bed, on the couch, bent over the kitchen counter, by the fireplace, against the wall, in the shower, on the floor, in the basement, against the window, in my hole.
Now,
where were the other ones?
Well,
if in my hole was the final.
Incorrect. Perhaps they have a physical hole
that they've dug. Yeah.
Because if you're looking at
they're all physical locations.
They're all locations.
Yeah.
So she has.
We got a Minecraft girly in the backyard.
They've got themselves a little fuckhole.
Yeah.
And we love that.
We love that too. 2 things we both love.
Thank you very much for listening. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain.
We've been your fuck buddies.